respond to the man who held the same position during the Obama administration, currently an economics professor at the University of Chicago's Booth School of Business, fantastic school, by the way, is Austan Goolsbee. Austan, tell us, why should we be discouraged by a good GDP number, which, to listen to some of the commentary today, it's like you want to, take a Prozac. This is like great news, and so many of these Democrats just they couldn't deal with the positive news for the country or for Trump, which to me seemed very sad.
Yeah, look, I'm going to agree with you. I do find that sad, and you could see that there were a bunch of Democrats who were just trying to spin it in a partisan way. There's nothing bad about having a 4% GDP growth number. That's good. That's good for America, and the president is entitled to say this was a good number. You could see he was beaming with pride. The question now is, how can we continue to sustain that? It is worth remembering just last quarter was a pretty mediocre number. So we had around 2%. Now we got 4%. Let's hope we get more 4% and not return to the 2%. But I don't think there's anything that you should convince yourself that was bad about this number. It wasn't bad.
We aren't seeing wages rise as we want, especially with a tight labor market. You would think that wages would begin a real uptick.
I agree.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I agree
and
with that.
That's been flatlining for 18 years. We haven't seen real wages increase. We're seeing a lot of bonuses, though, which is nice to see. But people want to make more per year and per hour.
As we should. But I go, look, that's the toughest part of the recovery, and it has been true for a long time. It's not like this is just the fault of the Trump administration. It's been a long period that we haven't had enough wage growth for just ordinary workers, right in the middle of the wage distribution, if you want to think about it. Now, that doesn't take away from the GDP today. The GDP today is very good, but I just be a little careful. There are several aspects of the GDP number today that look like they're probably temporary. We're still growing pretty well, but there's just some parts of it that 4% is not.
Remember, the increase in trade hasn't really kicked in yet. I mean, when this European deal gets done, I understand NAFTA is going to get done now. My sources are telling me. But if NAFTA gets done, which it looks much more likely now, which I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it does, that's also going to be very positive.
I hope you're right. Every day we don't have a trade war is a good day for America.
Yeah, I am right on that, and I'll have you back. But let's play. This is something fun that happened this week. Bob Lighthizer, U.S. Trade Rep, was on Capitol Hill, and he was in front of the Senate committee, and, of course, lots of critics on both sides about these tariffs and how we're trying to take on China. This is Brian Schatz, Democrat from Hawaii. Let's watch.
First of all, you say the Chinese are clever because they have a 50-year view. We should be clever and have a 2- or 3-year view. That doesn't make any sense to me. I believe that
No, I'm saying we're a democracy, and so we take a shorter-term view because we are responsible to our voters periodically.
So does that mean that democracies always lose to authoritarian governments? Does that mean the state capitol?
No, does
that mean?
Sir, it just means you don't pick stupid fights.
If your conclusion is that China taking over all of our technology and the future of our children is a stupid fight, then you are right. We should capitulate. My view is that's how we got where we are. So I don't think it's a stupid fight.
That didn't get enough play, but I thought that encapsulated so much of what the Trump economic agenda is all about. Don't cede to China. Don't be part of the China Surrender Caucus. Fight for every job. Fight for every opportunity. And Lighthizer is an underrated rock star in this administration. Close it out.
Well, all I would say is if your main thing is about confronting China, don't pick 7 fights while carrying a 6-shooter. That's the gunfighter's credo, and that's been our problem. Our natural allies to stop Chinese intellectual property violation would be the very countries that we're threatening trade wars with. So
they're working with us, Austan. They're all working with us. The EU is working with us. Korea already cut a new deal.
They are not all working with us.
All right, Korea cut a new deal months ago. Yeah, they did. They cut a new deal months ago. Europe's already renegotiating with us. Mexico's about to renegotiate NAFTA. Canada's slowly but surely realizing what this blood has done in steel.
And the Europeans are joining with China to file grievances against us at the WTO.
I'll bring it on. That's just not even serious. That's just
well,
limited.
Let's
Austin,
not bring it on.
we're out
Let's
of time.
find a way to confront China to help us.
We
can just
right. We try. We're out of time. We're out of time. We're gonna roll the block here.
It's great
but
to see
Austin,
you again, Laura.
It is great to have you on as always.